So we're going to be simplifying the four ratios we've been given. To simplify any ratio, if it's a two-part ratio like the ones given, or a three-part ratio, we have to identify the common factor between the parts of the ratio. So if we look at the first example, 2 and 10, well, a common factor of 2 and 10 is 2. So we're going to divide both parts of the ratio by 2. And then the second step is the simplifying step. We're just going to divide both parts of the ratio. Right, so the first part is identifying it, the common factor that is, and then the second part is simplifying using division. So we're going to do 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then 10 divided by 2 is 5, and that is 2 to 10 fully simplified. The second ratio, the common factor is 5, and so we just simplify. 5 divided by 5 is 1, 30 divided by 5 is 6, and that is that ratio fully simplified. And for the third ratio, 6 to 18, now remember, ratios can also be written as words, so instead of having a colon you could have 2 in between them as the letters, as the word 2. 6 to 18, T and O. The common factor is 2, so they're both even. We divide both by 2, so we get 3 to 9. However, 3 to 9 can also be simplified further, and therefore to fully simplify we have to repeat steps 1 and 2 until we're at a point where we can't simplify the ratio anymore. And what that means is until the point where we stop having whole numbers. Because ideally we just want to maintain that whole number in the ratio. So we get 1, 2, 3. So that's fully simplified. And the last one, the numbers are a little bigger. So again, we're going to do this in parts. Well, for 6 to 18, for those of you that could and would have identified that 6 is a common factor, right, you can then just divide both parts by 6. So I'm just trying to show you a variety. I'm fully aware that you can simplify most of these in one step, but I want to show the process of breaking it down slowly. Right, so for 45 to 75, I know that 5 goes into both. Okay? 45 and 75 can both be divided by 5. So 45 divided by 5 is going to be 9. 75 divided by 5 is going to be 15. And that can be simplified further because 3 goes into both. So if we divide both parts of that ratio by 3, we end up with 3 to 5. And that is a fully simplified version of the ratio we started with. But for those of you again that could identify that 15 goes into both 45 and 75, you could divide 45 and 75 by 15, which is the highest common factor. So in the previous example, 6 was the highest common factor. In this case, 15 is the highest common factor. So you can simplify in one step.